In this episode of Daily Scribbles, we're gonna go ahead and do an integral that a lot of calculus students just hate. It's simple. We have the integral of cosine to the power of 4 with respect to x. And now, in order to solve this, we need to know a specific identity. All right, so this identity is just the simple power reducing formula for cosine squared and sine squared. They're very simple, but it's something that you should have memorized. So here are three main identities that we should typically know. Cosine squared is equal to 1 minus sine squared. You get that from the Pythagorean identity. And then the other one is sine squared is equal to 1/2 times 1 minus sine of 2x. And we have cosine squared is equal to 1/2 1 plus sine of 2x. So whatever this angle is, then we're just gonna have twice that amount. So let's go ahead and use that here for the cosine to the power of 4. Well, the first thing I'm just gonna go ahead and do and first make cosine squared x and then just square that. That's pretty simple. I feel like algebraically that just makes sense. And now we're gonna go ahead and make use of this one right here. We're gonna have 1/2 times 1 plus sine of 2x and then rewrite it here. Okay, so here we go. I have 1/2 times 1 plus sine of 2x, and then I squared that. Once we square, we get 1/4 on the outside, and we still need to square this right here. And it's really just the FOIL method. And hopefully you agree with me that this will become 1 plus 2 sine of 2x plus sine squared of 2x with respect to x. Okay, maybe I should put some parentheses here, but it's totally fine. All right, so these are pretty simple to solve. The first one here is just gonna be x plus, and then this is actually gonna be a negative cosine of 2x. I really just did use substitution. I encourage you to kind of see how I got that. And then now we still need to integrate this one. So now I'm just gonna have plus 1/4 sine squared of 2x with respect to x, because we have to start thinking about how to rewrite this one. Well, it's a sine squared, so we're gonna go ahead and use this. But notice that the input is 2x. This is 2x right here. So technically think of this as 2x. So then this has to be 4x because that has to be twice that amount. So now let's just go ahead and rewrite this as this right here. So I just distributed the 1/4 to the first two terms that I found the value for. And then let's go ahead and move this to the other side. So this will give us 1/4 x minus 1/4 cosine of 2x plus 1/8, and then we're gonna integrate this portion. This right here is simply an x, and this will be plus cosine of 4x over 4, and then we have our plus chi. So now we just have to go ahead and simplify this. Okay, there it is. I distributed the 1/8 to both of these terms, giving me 1/8 x plus cosine of 4x over 32. And then I just wanted to combine these like terms, giving me 3/8 x minus 1/4 x cosine of 2x. Actually, I don't know what this x came from, so let's just go ahead and avoid that. Plus cosine of 4x all over 32. And that, my friends, is how you start off with something very simple like cosine to the power of 4 and just use some power reducing formulas to get our answer.